Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about some Grayscale trusts today and some crypto-related stocks. We're going to be going over LTCN and BCHG at the request of Flower Child and Elad Trabelsi. We're going to talk about GBAT for Nurse Hospital, File G for Nefarious Piranha, GLIV for X. And then we're going to finish up the video with CORZ for Jonas the Brother and MSTR and Marathon for Navi. Let's get this party started, everybody. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Let's get going. LTCN moving down. We're at 25.75. You guys, a lot has not changed. It is the weekend, so this part of the analysis on probably a lot of these grayscales, it's actually not going to change, right? For me, it's still Sunday. By the time most of you watch this, it'll be the new week. I do expect next week to potentially be the lows. This next week could be the lows that we find for LTCN and BCHG. If not, I would assume sometime this month, being that as of right now, it's the 13th. I guess technically it's the 12th for me, but it's almost midnight, so it'll be the 13th one way or another. When I post this video, when all of you watch it, it'll be the 13th, so it's the 13th now. I do believe we're going to find our low for Bitcoin and for most cryptos probably very soon. I would say that sometime this month is a safe assumption, but I would think even sometime in the next week to 2 weeks is possible. So this drop, what I'm getting at is look for areas to buy, right? Like look for, be prepared. Have your money set up. If it's on an exchange or if it's not on an exchange, get it on the exchange. If you've got things that you need to take care of to make your money available to you, whatever it is, get all that handled ahead of time. Tomorrow's Monday, the banks open up, get it handled, you know what I mean? If you're ready to go, cool, you're ready to go. You got all your money on the exchanges. Do you have your buy orders set? Do you have your limit orders set? If you guys are using market orders, stop it. Don't use, nobody ever better be using market orders. You better not. You better be doing limit orders. You better be timing it out right and strategizing. If you don't know what a limit order is, look into it. Every exchange has limit orders available. They just make the market orders the go-to and the default, so that you get charged with fees. That's essentially it, so that they make their money, right? And if you just try a little bit, look up a limit order. It's where you set the price. I know most of you probably already know how to do that, but I'm just saying for those of you that don't, you might not even know it was a thing, but limit orders, you guys. Get them set. You might have all your money on the exchanges ready to buy, but do you have the orders ready? This is the time to have that, to make those preemptive strikes. It's first come, first serve, right? If everybody's wanting to buy down here, let's say there were 100 people that wanted to buy, but there's only enough selling down here for 50 of you to get filled. Well, the first 50 are the ones that get filled. It's not who has the biggest order, it's who got there first. So at least I'm pretty sure that's how it is on most exchanges, unless they do. Maybe there are exchanges that favor other players or do things that aren't legit. I don't know. But to my knowledge, that's how it is. It's first come, first serve. At any rate, I would expect, we're at the 24.79, 1272, rejecting the 100 level. I would expect that we go lower to 23.35, 21.43. At a minimum, I would expect 23 to 21 happen sometime either this week or next week. But we definitely have a solid chance of going below $20. I keep going back and forth, man, if I think we're going to go below $20 or not. It's really hard to say. But if we do, between about 16.20 to 19.14, that's where we could go. That's like the absolute lowest of this move. And if we were to go down there, I would expect it to be a very quick drop down, right? Like a flash dump down like this, then we move back up. If we just take this wick right here for what it's worth, actually, right, where is it? There we go. This wick from low to the high, or to the close, if we were to take that size and put it at the bottom at the 2272, the lowest price that I'd expect it to go to, by the time that day closed, it was already back above $20, right? Like if we were, I guess not, it'd be at 1980, right? I don't know. I'm just saying that wick right there is big enough where in a day we could move all the way down here and still close back up around $20 in a day. So if we were to move down to these levels, these sub $20 levels, if those prices were to be hit, I would expect it to be swift like this. And just as swift as it moves down, it will come back up. That doesn't mean we're off to the races. Likely, if we saw a move like that, we would probably consolidate around here, whatever, and then move up, something like that later. At any rate, I do expect the prices to go lower. $21 to $23 is on the horizon. You can see it with the naked eye, man. It's right there. It's right around the corner. Will we go lower? That is the question. Will we go lower than $23, than $21? That's the question. Because if we do, 19 to 16 is on the table. And we absolutely, everything else in the chart, the RSI on the daily, the positioning of the price action itself, going back to test previous areas of resistance, right? You can see high or low to high here. That lines up right in between those areas that we're looking for. So there's various reasons why it would make sense to drop below 20, go between like $19 and $16 there. Will we is the question. And this is kind of your last line of defense. 21.43. If you can bounce off of that, if you can hold above 21.43 and really then get back above $29 or just show a kind of change of direction in general, that would give me hopes that you don't go lower. But as of now, nonetheless, yes, I do expect we're going to go lower. BCHG, same thing. Bitcoin Cash, I actually think, is going to move lower going into tomorrow's open. I think today is going to be a red day for Bitcoin Cash, so I do think that this is going to move lower. If we look at BCHG, right, this is Friday. That's the Friday price for BCHG. Friday's price for BCH was here, and already, we're already below that right now. So generally speaking, a move like this where you're only down like not even 1% probably from that daily close, that doesn't matter much to BCHG. But being that it is a weekend and that you'd be opening up lower, that you might see some initial selling off on BCHG. So just be prepared for that. We might see a little bit of a down day tomorrow. And certainly I would expect the rest of this week, this new week to come upon us, I think is going to be promoting some lower price action. We're at $11 now from the relative low to the relative high. If we go below this low, and there is a solid chance, I want to say there is a solid chance that could be the low, that $9.18 price could be the low. But in the case that it's not, and I don't think that it is, but it has a chance to be. But in the case that it's not, $8.22 to $7.14 is your range. Given that you could go lower all the way down to $5.47, even $4.75. 640, stuff like that, keeping that in mind, but really focusing on this 714 to 822 area. That's my personal belief, and I think that'll happen this week, if not next week. So have your positions ready, guys. GBAT, Grayscale, BAT, looking like it wants to continue moving up. What's BAT look like? Looking like it wants to move down. So you probably get a little gap down on GBAT. That's okay. They don't have to move together, right? Like definitely different looking charts. But let's just see here. High to low. I would, just with the way this looks, I would expect that you do actually move up more. But with the way that BAT looks, I would say no. I don't know, man. The way that I'm looking at this, I think you want to go up more. If you go down from here, let's assume you do, because BAT itself has gone down over the weekend. You're at $13.90. Let's assume you go down to about $10, maybe as low as $8, but I doubt you do that. So I'm saying $10, hold around there, maybe $9 to $10, $9.50 itself even, and then you move up. That's GBAT. File G. You want to know if it's going to go to $40, right? Nefarious Piranha, you want to know. I want to know too, man. Went as low as 48. Will it go below 40? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think you'll be able to buy below 40. I think so. That does have a solid chance of being a low. It really does, but you might go just a little bit lower. Just a little bit. Perhaps literally like right to 40, but you might not get below 40. You might hold 40. If you break below 40, it's going to be barely. So I think you're looking at it the right way, Nefarious Piranha. If you can get below 40, you're getting it out of steel. And if you see it dip below 40 and then come back up, well, that might put the you might have to put the burners on, man, and just get into it anyways. But not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. That's file G. GLIV. I've never actually heard of the Live Peer Trust. They've got their hands in everything, man. High to low. Bit extreme, but that's what you get with low liquidity. Yeah, I like it. It's a weird looking chart, but I like it. I think you might have found your low. You absolutely could go down from where you currently are positioned. Perhaps you move up to like 29 bucks. You're at 25.20 right now. Perhaps you move up to 29 and then you move down. Perhaps. $29, $31, and then you move down. I don't know. I like that as a low. It's such a weird chart, though. Who knows? I could be wrong, but I do like that as a low. Yes, yeah. It is so weird. So yeah, 29 to 31 is probably where you're going to move early, like tomorrow or early this week, right, is what I'm thinking. Not like early tomorrow. I meant to say early this week, which could imply tomorrow or the next day. Then you move up to $29 to $31, and then you likely will pull back probably around 22 bucks, and then you move up from there. I think you found your low. That just because you found your low doesn't mean you're moving up. It could, but you're probably up a little bit, come back down, form a higher low, and then get going. Something like that. I don't know. GLIV. Now we're talking about CORZ for Jonas the Bro. CORZ Scientific. Accumulation phase of a lifetime. Dumped a lot on its last day and pumped a lot too at the same time. Earnings, huh? Yeah, funky times. Gotta love earnings, man. I'm gonna guess it goes down from here. Maybe not. It was a guess, and then looking at it is making me think maybe not. I don't know. You're in this accumulation range, right? You just interacted with the high point of it. So my thoughts would then be maybe not that you go to the low point, but perhaps to the midway point, which would then essentially be like right there, which you're pretty close to. From this low to this high, the 382 is right down there at 342. I would expect an interaction with that line and likely a little bit below it. So 340 to 330, that's where I think you're going. You're at 364 now. That's CORZ. MSTR, MicroStrategy, love talking about this one. At $1,180 to close the week. Weekly RSI looks awesome. You could go a little bit lower if you'd like this week. You could go a little bit lower, but I'm pretty convinced that's your low. I don't think that you will go lower. If you do, I don't think that you'll go too much lower than this price here. I'm talking like dollar amounts lower. Not that price, sorry. This price right here. $1,132. That might be where you go at the beginning of this week. You might go a little bit lower there, but I do expect you hold this area. You kind of consolidate. This week will probably be very boring. And then maybe next week or sometime early next month, if not late in this month, we can talk about you moving up higher. But for now, probably just boring sideways. You're at 1,180. I could see you moving down about 50 bucks from here, and holding that area. That's my thoughts. If I'm wrong on that, close below this line. Close below 1,132. If you do that and you break that line, I would assume. Oh, look at that. It corresponds with your 6182. I would assume you're going below $1,000, all the way down to 935, 848, but I don't assume that right now. So that's my best guess with MicroStrategy. Hope that helps, Navi. Marathon, another mining stock here with a hell of a dump. There it was, man. There it is. Beautiful. Yep. I remember the last time I was talking about Marathon, I was like, I'm starting to have hopes, guys, that we might not go lower than this low, but we need to have a positive. We need to break up here. We need to get into the overbought zone. And this reaction, that's It's not a good look, man. It's really not a good look. That's the anti of what we wanted. RSI still looks fine, to be fair. The weekly RSI also still looks, actually it kind of looks grim. Rejected off the fit. That's why I think it was so crucial. Anyways, whatever. Got those lids. Yeah, lower you go. Lower. How much lower? Lower. Yeah. Low to high. We'll see you at $12.70, $11, maybe even all the way down below $9, but down you go. That's the best I got. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you had a good time. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments and just let me have it, man. Just don't even hold back, okay? Just throw it all at me and let me know. I actually take criticisms, man. I do. I don't, random criticisms like you suck, like whatever. Like that's not gonna get into my head. But if people like say things that maybe they're trying to be mean about it, they're trying to insult, but at the same time it's like, okay, to be honest, man, I could work on that, or I could do this better. I take it to heart, I don't take it to heart like it offends me. I take it into consideration. I try to better myself. So I'm not afraid of criticism, is what I'm trying to say. Hit me with your critics, your hit me. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.